All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have now moved into the second game of our doubleheader today, and if this second game is anything like the first game, we're in for a roller coaster. The NS Matrix already in the playoffs going up against also-ran's Bangkok Tigers, but that doesn't mean we won't see some quality basketball. My name is Noel Zanate, alongside former ABL Coach of the Year and ABL Champion Coach Todd Purves, coming to you from the Nguyen Du Arena here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And don't let the records fool you. This could be a quality game.
Without question, both teams trying to come back after tough losses. And I think that Bangkok here, with their two imports that they revamped halfway through the ABL 2023 season, they're going to put up a better fight than we think here against Matrix.
That's a very young team here, of course, led by the Dasom brothers, Wutipong Dasom, who has been a longtime member of the Thai national team, and his brother, who's the registered captain today, Kittitep Dasom, who's younger than Wutipong by about 6 years, but that doesn't diminish in any way in terms of his basketball skills.
And that Dasom family has continued to have such a positive impact on Thai basketball, on the national team, on the professional levels, and the TBL and the TBSL. Just incredible impact they've had, and appreciate them very much.
Well, they do have two quality imports as well. We were talking about them before we went on. Will Vetter, no relation to Eddie, I hope. And of course, number 92, or maybe not number 95, Augustus Stone. You call him Gus, Coach.
Absolutely. Gus Stone, quick as lightning with the ball, able to put up points. He scored 22, 23, 30 points in his first 3 games, and he continues to keep the scoring rolling as he did the other night. So let's look for him to get the ball to the rack. Will Vetter playing inside-outside. Likes the ball more on the post, but he can still shoot that mid-range shot, Noel.
But again, we are looking at the lineup now for the NS Matrix squad. They had the dark jerseys the other day, now into the light jerseys. We are talking about, of course, Isaiah Rashid Williams, who was almost a non-factor in their last outing and against the Macau Black Bears. I mean, he did score 7 points early, but it took a while in the fourth quarter before he hit back-to-back threes, and he should be more active today. We should look to see him becoming more active today to help out Tevin Glass as the reinforcement here for NS Matrix.
And we know Tevin Glass is going to be that go-to guy. He's been putting it down all season. He's inside, he's outside. They'll likely have him guard the big man, probably Will Vetter here on the defensive end, but look for him to do a lot of scoring here today and bounce back from that first loss in quite a long time.
There was a 9-game winning streak, of course, that was put to rest by the squad from Macau yesterday. And again, NS Matrix in a back-to-back as we take a look at some of the points here that we're looking at the keys to victory.
So certainly the Matrix want to play around big men. They want to get the ball inside, but Tevin Glass is going to be the one who does that primarily. Also, you're going to use some ball screens, both in the pick and roll and the pick and pop scenarios. Those pick and pop players can make great careers for themselves in the long term.
There's the very young-looking Augustus Stone. Gus Stone, we're going to refer to him a little later on. Again, the Bangkok Tigers, they're out of the playoff picture, at least for this tournament. But let's talk about this gentleman, Gus Stone. Look at that, 22 points a game, only 2.8 rebounds and 2.8 assists. So this kid is more of a scoring threat than anything.
He's come out gunning here, trying to carve a place for himself here in Southeast Asian basketball, and averaging over 20 points a game in the ABL will do that for you. He's a young man, and he's still carving his path out, but I expect to see some good things from him moving forward, and I expect we'll see him in more years here out in Southeast Asia. He's
actually brandishing the Tyler Lamb look as he comes into this game. And how about Tevin Glass? He's averaging a double-double, as we know, but he did a lot of heavy lifting yesterday in that loss against the Macau Black Bears. Is he going to be in tip-top condition here today? Those muscles still must be aching.
Well, let's see how that game was taxing on his body. Play as many minutes as he did and have that load of banging with the big man, as well as bringing the ball up sometimes. That's going to take its toll on you. Let's see if he can bounce back today and have enough energy to come back against this Bangkok Tigers team.
It didn't feel like sometimes. It looked like he was bringing the ball down practically in all the possessions. So the points in favor of Stone, but everything else in favor of Tevin Glass. And of course, NS Matrix is more than just Williams, more than just Glass. They also got their locals. Half of the national team is here. We are talking about, of course, May, who was held in check yesterday because he had a tough defensive assignment in the Macau Black Bears squad. But again, he is expected to be uncorked with regards to his shooting in this game.
And a lights-out shooter, and someone who's going to be a major representative of their national team. And with the experience that the Matrix team has, you expect over time that they may wear this Bangkok Tigers young team down.
Here's one of those youngsters right there, Ui Shan Fu. Again, still getting used to his new haircut, so it's going to be all hands on deck here as the NS Matrix tried to bounce back from their first loss of the year, of the month actually, because they did suffer their first 2 losses in Singapore. Harry Santos of the Philippines, as I mentioned before, one of my former roommates in one of our FIBA events, he will be the crew chief in this match, and he's the gentleman over on the left. And again, for the very, very young Bangkok Glass team, you know, the tradition of Thailand here in the ABL goes way, way back when they had Bangkok Glass, of course, and the last incarnation of a Thailand team here was, of course, the Mono Vampire squad. We were just talking about that place, Stadium 29 in Bangkok. When you have a game, you go at the back. There's a food park over there, and hopefully, you know, if Bangkok stays in this in the league or another Thai representative, we can go back to Bangkok and have all that delicious food once again.
You're right about that, and they're creating a great history of basketball there in Thailand. They've improved every single year. Players like Tyler Lamb, Moses Morgan, they've really just brought their level of basketball up high to challenge some of the best teams here in Southeast Asia. We see their national team now challenging the other great Southeast Asian teams, such as the Philippines, such as Indonesia.
That's right.
So to watch these young players grow, not only the local players, but then mixing in these import players, I think they've got a chance to make some noise tonight.
Well, Will Vedder will be starting here along with Augustus Stone, and Kititep Dasom, who is listed as the captain today. He will be starting at that point guard position for the Blue Shirts, and going back, of course, to some of the players that they have produced in terms of the Thai national team. Darongpan Apiron Vilay Chai comes to mind. Kanawat Laukol. These are the original players, of course, of teams like Bangkok Glass when they were still in the ABL. NS Matrix, of course, starting out again with a different starting lineup here. Kwek Tian Wan is getting the start, and Ong Wei Yong, who came off the bench yesterday, apparently that ploy did not work for Jeff Viernes. He's getting the start here today.
Well, when you take that loss, sometimes you're willing to make a couple of little substitutions or some tweaks and adjustments to the lineup to see if someone else is going to step into that position and step up a little more, normally on the defensive end.
Right. And of course, for the Bangkok Tigers, they will be coached here by Chup Tai Song Chakapan. Welcome to Thailand basketball, coach. We're going to have a lot of tongue twisters here in this matchup, but they do have a pretty good following, and success, of course, is just around the corner if Thailand does continue here in the ASEAN Basketball League. I mean, there's so much tradition. Of course, they have 2 titles already as a country. We're talking about Thailand as well. But again, you're just looking for a new spark, a new energy coming from that region, which has really evolved in terms of basketball throughout their entire country.
Without questioning, with the growth of both the TBL and the TBSL, they are not only playing better local basketball there on the professional levels, but they're playing better international basketball on professional levels. And bringing in import players to these leagues has really raised the play of the local players. And so I'm excited to see what they bring tonight, Noel.
And of course, it is buy one, take one day here today, Valentine's Day, here at the Nguyen Du Gymnasium here in Ho Chi Minh. So bring a friend, come over, and if you're lucky, you can get to meet Coach Todd Purves.
So romantic here on a Valentine's Day in the gymnasium.
That's right.
Before your nice dinner, let's come out here and watch a little basketball, friends.
Yeah, we are moments away from tipping this one off. And again, 2 teams have already qualified. The loss of Hong Kong Eastern today against the Zamboanga Valientes makes things a little bit interesting moving forward.
It does. For the teams that have not yet made the playoffs, and maybe they're concerned now that Zamboanga is becoming a threat. The Singapore Slingers have to be concerned. They got a big game with the Saigon Heat coming up.
That's right.
And so we've got some real drama here, Noel. And tonight's game can also play into that as the Bangkok Tigers still look to try and play spoiler role.
That's right. The spoiler role belongs to them. Of course, NS Matrix has already qualified, but they want to get that #1 spot. You know, how important is that moving forward?
It really can be important depending on the matchup you have. And so when we talk about a spoiler role, it doesn't necessarily mean eliminating another team from the playoffs, but it may mean adjusting their seed in the playoffs, and they may face a team that they didn't necessarily want to face in the first round.
Jeff Viernes, of course, was not happy with the loss yesterday, and he let his team know about that. So they are coming in here today, not as loose as they usually are. They're all business. And Jeff Viernes always says that when he takes his team abroad, it is a business trip. It is not a vacation. We are here to accomplish a mission, and they're actually 1 win away from getting that #1 spot once again, at least for the moment.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, when we go to these beautiful countries and you're going place to place, it's important to keep your team focused. You want to make sure they know this is business and not pleasure.
Well, we have begun this basketball game right now with Ong Wei Yong getting the first possession here now for the NS Matrix squad in the light jerseys. The blue jerseys, of course, belonging to the Bangkok Tigers. Here's Tevin Glass immediately attacking, getting it outside. Ong Wei Yong from the baseline, and he needs to get involved early. He is not a diesel guy. He needs to be out there right off the bat.
And that Tevin Glass-Will Vetter matchup is going to be key today. We saw them go right at each other on the first play. Let's see what happens moving forward between the two of these real pros.
Oh, what a dipsy-do move there. Coming from Nauchan Tavong, who's also getting the start here. Jose Nauchan Tavong. And that is a...
great hands from Dawson, creating the steal, out in transition.
Right, but great defense there by Wong Yi Hao. And Ong Wei Yong is pushed out of bounds. That looks like it's going to be a foul called against Augustus Stone to make that against Will Vetter.
Absolutely, and that's a foul you don't want to get this early in the game for Will Vetter. A little push on the baseline, 98 feet from the basket. That's the way you end up in foul trouble, big fella.
Well, Chup Taisong Chakapan, you can see the coach earlier for the Bangkok Tigers. Only one win so far. Tevin Glass gets away and gets the first basket of the game.
And the Matrix off the easy UCLA cut, just getting an easy bucket. Bangkok falling asleep on defense right there.
Kititep Dasom with the penetration. His brother plays power forward, and he's the starting point guard.
The Dawson family always out there impressing the rest of Southeast Asia with that family basketball skill set.
Here's Tevin Glass right now, facing up against Vetter. Puts that one up, and again, he's taken the first 3 attempts of this game.
And he's trying to go right at Will Vetter, but Will Vetter putting up a good fight defensively.
Now a drive by Nauchan Tavong. Inside again, and there's going to be free throws now coming up for Kititep Dasom. He looks like Wutipong. He's just a smaller version. I was talking to Wutipong before the game, and he said he's 6 years younger. He does not look like he's 6 years younger with that beard, I'll tell you that.
A storied career for Wutipong, and I've coached against him a number of times. What a class player and a scorer inside and outside.
Well, his older brother's nickname is Will, actually, Will Dasom. We're going to get to see him a little later on. He was dunking once again during the warm-ups. So all 3 points for the Bangkok Tigers belonging to Kititep Dasom at this point. 4-2. And one of the keys, of course, for this Malaysian squad is to hone these national team players right ahead of the upcoming Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia.
Yes, the SEA Games coming up. I'm sure they're excited about it, and this is going to create some cohesion for them for those big games, international games coming up then.
That's going to be a traveling violation that's going to be called here. So possession going back to the Tigers. That was Di Wei Yang, who also got the start yesterday. Again, Jeff Viernes coming off the made baskets, coming off the made free throws, and even coming off turnovers, likes to employ that full court press. And for a good measure, it worked yesterday against the Macau Black Bears.
Absolutely, and it didn't create a lot of turnovers, but it did slow down that offense and put them up against the shot clock.
Augustus Stone getting his first field goal of the game, an early 4-point lead now for the Bangkok Tigers.
Gus Stone, lightning quick off the dribble, finishing with the left hand.
Wong Yi Hao off balance, still got it to go. This kid started out at 6'1", he's now about 6'6". And he's still growing, I believe.
It's a dream come true for a coach. Keep on growing, young fella.
You've coached a lot of these kids when they were like 14, 15, and then they come back the next summer and they're what, 5 inches taller, 6 inches taller, Coach?
And you're so excited. It's the young men that stopped growing in the 7th grade that concern you.
Especially if they started out playing center.
Exactly. They've got all the big man skills, and they end up 5'7".
So far impressive on the first 2 incursions into the shaded lane for Augustus Stone, or Gus Stone.
Loves to attack the rim, Stone does.
And he has now brought the lead up to 3 points, 8-5. And here's Kwek Chan Yuan, 6'8" shooter. The Psalm stops. Stone once again wants to attack. Pick being provided here by Charan Sam. And Stone might be doing a little bit of a solo act so far here.
Well, he was looking to attack there, but those floaters, players love the floater shot. They love the step backs. And, you know, as a coach, those are low percentage shots, and they're hard to stomach.
Ong Wei-yong a little bit out of control there on his drive. Again, trying to make up for lost time. Had very limited minutes yesterday. Now he's trying to stop the Som.
Let's see if they can get Will Vetter involved here pretty soon. Adding an additional scoring punch to Stone.
The Som once again from beyond the arc. He digs Stein. He gets it to go. 11-7 for the Bangkok Tigers. Glass exercising restraint that time. They get it out to Wong Yi-hao. On the drive, Yi-hao scores again. So again, it's just a matter of time before both teams start jabbing and start going for the haymakers, huh?
A great take to the basket and finish with the left hand right there. Here's Will Vetter with the ball. We wondered when they'd get him involved, but I don't think they want to get him involved from outside the three-point line.
Dewey Yang able to get it to go there, Coach.
Absolutely. You want Will Vetter to have the ball around that paint area.
I saw him a little bit out of control, like a spinning top there. 11-all. Ennis Matrix with our first deadlock of the game. A little off balance that time, but a good follow-up that time coming from Vetter.
And that's one of those situations where when you go hard to the basket and it brings the help defense, even if you miss the shot, you've got offensive players coming from that weak side to follow up.
Oh, nice backdoor cut here for Tevin Glass, and he will get to the free throw line. Looks like that foul is going to be called against Afnan Charansam. As we see it here again, you know, just a little bit of daylight and Tevin Glass automatically attacks. He looks a little awkward when he does that, but it's quite effective.
Well, he could recognize immediately there was no Will Vetter guarding, protecting the rim. He had a couple of smaller guys, and he imposed his will with his size and ability to get to the rack.
And again, Glass played, I believe, 37 minutes yesterday. Jeff Viernes, of course, might want to pace him here. But first, you got to get a really big lead, and I'm not quite sure if Bangkok is going to play along with that script.
Well, and perhaps Coach Viernes can limit his opportunities to bring the ball up the court. Get him a little rest so he can walk up the court, having someone else handle the rock, and then get him to the spots he wants the ball.
The Som lost his defender that time. That's Ong Wei-yong, who now has it on offense. Hemmed in the corner. Glass having a problem containing the ball. Glass drops it inside to quick Jeff Led. One of the best passes in Tevin Glass's career.
What a nice dime behind the back. Once he made that defense commit, he knew exactly where his teammate was, set him up for the easy deuce.
So now a 2-point lead for Ennis Matrix, their first lead of this game. Three-pointer on its way. That one is good. Oh boy, Augusta Stone now with 7 points to start this game.
With that smooth left-handed set shot, looking very confident.
So the lead going back once again to Bangkok Glass. 4:20 remaining here in the first. I'll make that Bangkok Tigers because it was Tevin Glass who had the ball.
Well, and Glass with the turnover there. You don't want him to have to do too much in creating for himself if you're going to have to play him another 37 to 40 minutes. You want some other guys to create and him to finish.
How about this? A solo, and there goes Tevin Glass, rejecting that shot of Will Vetter.
Great timing on that block. Will Vetter putting the pressure on him, but Tevin Glass responding accordingly.
Again, Tevin Glass, one of the great two-way players here, and it looks like we're going to have a sub come in. So this time it's Williams coming off the bench to replace Ong Wei-yong.
Keep your eye on Williams. He's a playmaker, not only scoring for himself, but making the game easier for his teammates.
Here is Charansam. Getting it over now to Vetter. Straight away 18-footer doesn't work.
After that block shot from Glass, Vetter settling for the mid-range shot.
He needs to warm himself up. They'll need his offense moving forward here. So far, it's been Stone all the way.
Really nice defense from Vetter there on the other end, though.
Right.
Denying Glass the ball on the block.
Wong Yi-hao a little bit out of control that time. Here comes Stone into the front court for the Bangkok Tigers. And a three-pointer from the quarter court rather, coming from the Som. So our score remains unchanged, 16-15 in favor of the Bangkok Tigers. Tevin Glass hit a couple of three-pointers against the Macau Black Bears yesterday. Williams had some in the end game, but this time throws up an air ball. Oh, two blue shirts contesting possession. And it goes back to Ennis Matrix.
And sometimes the lack of communication between teammates when you've got a rebound can cost you. Both guys fighting for it, and they knocked it out of bounds.
Well, looks like everybody could use this timeout with 3 minutes and 19 remaining here in the first. A 1-point lead for the Bangkok Tigers, 16-15 against Ennis Matrix. Sixteen to 15, the Bangkok Tiger is off to a good start here, up by 1 against the Ennis Matrix. Two teams that are on the opposite sides of the spectrum in terms of our team standings. Noel Zarate with Coach Todd Purves, and this place is starting to get a little full, especially with some of the female spectators here. You know what? If you are out there in Ho Chi Minh and want to catch some basketball action, buy one, take one. Only today, Valentine's Day, right here at the Nguyen Du Stadium in Ho Chi Minh.
No doubt. And the Bangkok Tigers doing what they set out to do, and that's keep the game close early. Build a little bit of confidence. Don't let Matrix bounce back from that loss and take it out on you. And the longer they stay in this game, the better the chance they have.
Of course, the Ennis Matrix knows that this is going to be a 40-minute game, not just a one-quarter game. Tevin Glass hasn't been consistent of late with his outside shooting. The Som, they move it around now to Stone. Wanting to get the baseline, denied for the moment. Momentarily open, Charan Sam getting it out again to Dasom. Nice head fake, Kitty Pop Dasom. Or that's a Kitty Tep Dasom with a miss. Williams on the drive, left-handed layup is good.
Coast to coast, you've got to be able to stop the ball in transition. You can't let one man take it from one baseline to the other baseline without someone impacting his drive to the basket.
Again, the starters are still on the floor here for the Bangkok Tigers. Charan Sam, baseline, no. Head to the front court now. Williams slowing it down. Going the other way, getting it out to Kwek. Puts it on the floor. Kwek on the floater. That's a miss. Tip in, not there for Glass. And look at that, fighting for the rebound. Vetter getting it.
And that's the battle we're looking forward to see between Glass and Vetter. And they're both fighting for that rebound. Ultimately, Vetter coming away with it.
Now Chantavong has the ball. That's Jose. Now Chantavong getting it outside once again to Stone as we come up on 2 minutes remaining here in the first. Vetter, step back, jumper a la Dirk. Can't get it to go.
They forced the switch early there, so Vetter had a mismatch, but he settled for the step back shot instead of going toward the rim.
How about this rainbow three coming from Tiwi Yang? I'll check that as Jonathan Wong with his first basket of the game coming off the bench. A minute and 35 remaining. Now the lead is 4 for Ennis Matrix.
Tigers with a little horns action here.
Stone has been dribbling a lot. Now Chantavong. Now facing up against Kwek. And he has it poked away. Good defense that time by Wong into the front court. Williams leaves it for Kwek Chan Yuan, and they will not count that. Or they will count it. I thought they were going to call steps, but apparently they will call a foul on Augustus Stone.
They gave him that bucket and the foul, but on the other end, the Bangkok Tigers have forced some switches, and they have some mismatches, and they've yet to take advantage of it. That was a turnover there after a switch, and Bangkok Tigers should have been able to take advantage of it. Instead, the turnover to the easy transition basket.
And finishing, of course, is your center at 6'8", the veteran, the 30-something-year-old. He won't reveal his age, though. Kwek Chan Yuan, former Westport Malaysia Dragons starter. And he completes it. How about 7 points in the first quarter for Kwek? And he says, I need a break.
The veteran asking for a rest after he put his impact on the game.
So he will head to the bench for Ennis Matrix. And in his place will be John Wong, seeing his first action of the game. Bench also coming in right now, Tong Pol. And he has checked into the game. That's Notapay Tong Pol seeing his first action. And he immediately gets to the free throw line for a three-point play.
And the Tigers threw it up top to look for this high-low look to Will Vetter. It wasn't there, so he took him right off the dribble and finishing a tough one with his left.
It was just a matter of time before someone called him Eddie. Will Vetter, of course, I mean, you and I are both big fans of Pearl Jam.
No doubt a couple of great concerts and a couple of true artists, both Vetters.
That's right. Three-point play completed there by Notapay Tong Pol, who just came off the bench. Cutting the lead down to 4. Three-pointer on its way. Big one again.
Right over the extended hand of Will Vetter, who showed out there off that dribble handoff.
And again, when May gets it going early, that's always a bad sign for the opposition. First attempt, first conversion here by May. Reverse layup. Oh, that's a tough one coming from Vetter.
And that's a great early post from Vetter. He sensed the mismatch and sealed him. Reverse pivot, sealed him down low, and got an advantageous position there for the easy 2.
May almost lost it now. 5-point lead for Ennis Matrix. Trying to thread the needle inside to get it around Anthony Liu. Nice fake. Floater on its way. That is a miss coming from Wong. Into the front court now, Dasom with a sidestep, and it doesn't work, and that's going to be a foul called, and it will go the other way. This is against Bangkok.
And we talked about those floaters. Lower percentage shots than people realize. Another one coming off the rim, putting Bangkok in transition. They just couldn't convert.
Well, in the penalty now, the Bangkok Tigers.
And if that was called on Will Vetter, that might be his second here in the first quarter.
Well, check that out. Yes, you are absolutely right. It's actually going to go against Augustus Stone.
Okay, they're going to call that on 95. Huh?
Yep. That is his second personal foul.
Well, that can pose a problem here in the first quarter. We may see him take a seat soon if he's not careful.
May now with 5 points. Less than a minute coming off the bench. Oh, nice pass inside. Oh, great defense there coming from Anthony Liu against Nauchan Tabong. And that's how our first quarter is going to come to an end. So after an early lead for the Bangkok Tigers, the Ennis Matrix squad now up by 7, 28-21 at the end of the first 10. Second quarter when we return.
Just beats you. Jeremy Cole. Gilliard, yo! Breaking ankles. Barkley ahead. Oh, at the buzzer. What can they do? On 1 for the finish. Five seconds to go. Speed towards the basket for 2.
Yes, it is Valentine's Day here in Ho Chi Minh, as it is all around the world, folks, as we rejoin the action for quarter number 2 in this matchup between the Ennis Matrix Malaysia and the Bangkok Tigers. The Malzada is still working alongside a former ABL champion coach and former ABL coach of the year, Todd Purves. It has just been across the board a brilliant showing after a diesel start for Ennis Matrix.
It really has. What we're watching is a little bit of a rebounding advantage for Matrix, so they're giving them additional shots right now, 14-8. When you get that 6 extra possessions, that's going to create the point difference we see tonight.
Well, still pretty much the same lineup for both squads heading into the second quarter. Williams has possession right now. Getting the pick now from Anthony Liu. May coming off 2 screens. He's wide open again. You can't leave him that wide open.
And out of the timeout, that was obviously drawn up specifically to get May going, and it worked to perfection.
Ding Chun Hong now giving the Ennis Matrix their biggest lead of the game at 10. No response coming from the Tigers so far as Dasom gets the offensive rebound. Tries to kick it out. Here's Stone. That is a wild shot. He was looking for the contact. None was called. It goes over the backboard and out of bounds.
He really felt like there was some contact there. And if Bangkok's not careful here, they're going to let this game get away from them. They need to stay mentally focused and tough. It was a good hard drive right there. He didn't get the call, though.
I'm looking at the foul situation, Coach. It looks like both imports for the Bangkok Tigers are coming into the second quarter with 2 personal fouls.
Well, we discussed that. That third foul in the first half, that's the devastating one. That's the one that gets you out of the game because coaches never want to let you get that 4th foul in the first half.
A rare miss for May. And again, an aggressive move. I mean, I like the way this kid is energizing off the bench. We are talking, of course, about Notapay Tungpol. See that? He just attacked everybody who had their backs turned, and he's back to the free throw line.
And Bangkok's going to need to keep that pressure offensively. You need to keep attacking the rim, especially when you're down. Don't settle for those jump shots, thinking that 3-point shots will get you back in the game. What you want to do is get yourself to the free throw line, close the gap with the clock stop, and continue to stay aggressive toward the rim.
Well, Notapay Tongpol missing on his first attempt, and the captain, Dasom, having a word with one of our referees. Well, as you can see that since the Malaysians have brought their own fans, it looks like the local crowd is starting to gravitate towards the Thai players as Williams misses from the outside, and that will be last touched by Liu.
Well, in our first game, we saw the local fans in the Philippines here to support Zamboanga, and Zamboanga responding accordingly with the big victory.
Boy, what a game, what a win for the Zamboanga Valientes, defeating Hong Kong Eastern in our first game.
Big-time resilience for Zamboanga there to come back and keeping their hopes alive for the postseason.
So they see their next opponent, I believe, in a couple of days would be the Singapore Slingers. Oh, another 3-pointer drop there by Stone.
The Singers are going to have to get through the Saigon Heat first, but you're absolutely right. We may have a big showdown between Zamboanga and Singapore for that final playoff position.
May trying to create space against Tongpol. Oh, nice pick and roll action. Anthony Liu couldn't hang on to it. Recovery made by Nao Chantavong. Enter the front court. Stone, yeah.
Great pass off that pick and roll. He just couldn't hang on to it, but a brilliant pass from the guard there.
Hiram Boateng is in the game for the first time. Member of the Thai youth team in 2017. And the shot from the outside not there once again. You can see the second unit is pretty scrappy here for the Bangkok Tigers.
Absolutely they are. Neither team has, now they're coming back with the size right now. Both teams are playing a bit small right there. Neither team could capitalize. We're still sitting at 31-25. Now we've got the import players back in.
So with 7:50 remaining, our crew chief, Harry Santos, is checking with the official timer if everything is okay, and it is. So again, 14 seconds to shoot now for the blue shirts of the Bangkok Tigers. Get it over to the side now. Boateng, explosive move. Can't get it to go. I mean, this guy's only 20 years old, by the way.
And another good move, an aggressive move from the Bangkok Tigers toward the rim. They're just not able to convert right now. And
talk about youngsters. There's the 19-year-old. He's in the game for the first time for the Malaysians, and that's going to go the other way. 19-year-old, of course, we're talking about Chi Wee Lim. They're trying to develop him really as a future cornerstone of the national team, and you like that when you have a bunch of the veterans and then they welcome this kid who's got a lot of potential in the national team.
Absolutely, and when you're learning under quality veterans, you learn how to be a pro. You learn how to take care of your body, you learn the nutrition and how to eat right, and you learn how to conduct yourself off the floor, which is as important as what you do on the floor.
Stone, another explosive move to the hoop. He's already got 12 in the game, Coach.
And he continues his aggressive play off the dribble, attacking the rim, but he also has that nice three-point left-handed set shot.
Down to 4 right now. Good defense. Oh, another foul. That's going to be number 3 on Vetter.
And that's going to be a big call with 7 minutes left in the first half. The third foul on Will Vetter creates real questions for the Bangkok coach as to what you're going to do now.
That is, of course, Coach Chup Taisong Chakapan. Free throws now coming up.
I think Will's going to have to come out here, but we'll see if Coach decides to give him the opportunity to ride with it a little bit longer, knowing he's down. He's going to his bench, and I expect this is for Will Vetter, and it is.
Jonathan Wong, again, we were talking about him yesterday. His father is from Singapore. He's actually a Singapore citizen, but his mother's from Malaysia, so they just can't get him in as a local. They wanted to get him in, or make that as a heritage player, because they wanted to get something more of the locals come in. I mean, in Thailand, they have this big kid. He's about 6'8", 6'9", and they call him Baby Zion over there, Mahan Magadevan. He plays for Kuala Lumpur Seal side. You know, what kind of experience would he have gotten if he made this team? So again, if Jonathan Wong was listed as a heritage player, they might have gotten Megan Magadevan in, and that would have changed the complexion of this team.
Great point in terms of size and in terms of experience. It's invaluable to play against some of these foreign players and import players that you get to face that are a bit taller, a bit more athletic, and it does nothing but make you a better player.
Well, one thing, of course, that Lim Chi Wei has got to work on is if he's left behind, you got to trust that somebody's going to pick him up.
This is a pivotal time right now for the Bangkok Tigers. Only down 6, so they're still in the game, but without Will Vetter now, they're quite a bit smaller, and they cannot afford to let Matrix go on a run here and really hurt them before the end of the half.
How about Stone doing another solo act? May for the rebound. Jonathan Wong pushing it up now, looking for Tevin Glass. Wong splits the defense and gets it to go with the left hand.
And again, for the Bangkok Tigers, there's no one there to protect the rim.
Right. However, the aggression continues now for Notapay Tongpol.
And that's going to make Coach Fairness absolutely angry. You cannot give up that pass ahead after a made bucket.
Yeah, everybody was just jogging down on defense.
It happens to everyone, but losing your focus for 1 second in a professional basketball game will cost you two points for sure.
Well, there was a foul called. It is 35-29. NS Matrix had a 10-point lead at one point. And the Bangkok Tigers still clawing like Tigers do. Glass asking at the high post. Tongpol is there, one-on-one against him. They drop down to a zone. No, May is left wide open once again, but that's a second consecutive three-pointer he's missed. Dasam enter the front court. Boateng. They drop it inside once again. And that is going to be a basket coming from Biam Sumrit, who just checked into the game.
And great vision in the pass ahead from Dasam to create an advantage there in transition.
That's not the pot. Biam Sumrit coming off the bench once again. Oh, what a spin move. I mean, Jonathan Wong is just toying with the defense now.
Well, you can see Gaston was a little bit reluctant to play that tougher defense because he can't afford to get in further foul trouble without Vetter on the floor.
Tongpol has it poked away, and he will touch it last. So good defensive presence there by Tevin Glass. And this is the time, of course, that Jeff Viernes can actually experiment with some of his rotation, but Wong Yi Hao is going to come back in. Again, a member of the Malaysian national team. So how many of them are out there right now? Just him. And Shan Fu, rather, seeing his first action.
The Matrix, with this 6-point lead, really want to take advantage of the fact that one of the import players and the big man for the Bangkok Tigers is out of the game. They want to extend their lead here and not give Bangkok a chance to get through this first half and stay close when they can get Will Vetter back for that second half.
Well, Williams is not on the floor as well for NS Matrix. So Coach Jeff Viernes trusting his locals and Tevin Glass. And again, very reliable sources already informed us that Tevin Glass could be that naturalized player for the Malaysian national team.
Well, he's certainly beloved in Malaysia,
Oh,
and he has been a great player in the ABL for a number of years. And there he shows it right on time, right to the rack.
Well, Tevin Glass now extends the lead to 8 with less than 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. 39-31, NS Matrix. Dasam on the spin. Boy, Kiditep Dasam may be only about 6 feet tall, but he plays like his brother in the post.
You love a little guy who likes to play in the post. He had that spin move waiting for a good few months, and he used it right on him successfully.
Wong Yi-hao was bothered the first time he went up. When he recovered, he got fouled, and that was going to go against Natapat Biamsumrip. So neither team in the penalty with 3 team fouls at this point. Ong Wei-yong will return now for NS Matrix. And for the Bangkok Tigers, we're going to have the return of Jose Nauchantavong.
The longer the Bangkok Tigers can keep this game close while Will Vetter is on the bench, the better it is for them and keeps them in the game to give them an opportunity for the second half.
Wong Yi-hao puts it on the floor, tries to drop it in. Good anticipation there by Stone. Kautang getting it to the front court. Now Chantavong. Good screen provided. Here's Tong Pol on the drive. Lost his balance, but still got it to go.
Just absolutely a great move to the rim. Caught Tevin Glass off balance, beat him to the paint, and then with a nice finish.
And that lead is down to 4 once again. The Bangkok Tigers are just not going away. Ong Wei-yong gets to the baseline. Out to Mei Mei. And that is a miss. Check that, that's not Mei Mei, that's actually Wei Shan Fu. Mei Mei's back on the bench. Oh, Jonathan Wong way off on that one. Kititep Dasom going cross court right now. 3-pointer on its way, and that one is just short. Coming from Nauchantavong. Wong into the front court now with 3:23 remaining here in the second. Ong Wei-yong needs to settle down the troops here. Glass against the zone defense. Shot clock down to 7. Tries to go cross court. Oh, nice fake by Ong Wei-yong. Just can't finish.
And the Bangkok Tigers did a nice job of doubling Glass on the post. Got the stop, and now they get out in transition for the bucket.
Well, Stone wasn't able to get it, but Natapat Biamsumrit was able to get the follow-up.
Tigers have to feel great about this 2-point game right now with their one of the main imports on the bench.
Nice drop pass, however, and there is Tevin Glass. And again, creating the opportunity, Ong Wei-yong. Foul is going to be called on Biamsumrit. That's his second.
The Tigers just struggling to protect the rim right now. It's a free-for-all heading to the basket until you can get a big body under there to block some shots or do some intimidating.
Well, of course, gone are the bigs right now of the Mono Vampire squad. I remember they had a guy by the name of Tiroat Chantachon, who was about 6'5", 6'6".
Gus Stone now hitting the bench as well. So the Bangkok Tigers going to have to find some scoring somewhere. Let's see where they turn to. Could be Dasam to get these shots up and keep this game close with less than 3 minutes left in the first half.
We have not seen Wutipong Dasom end the game. It's just been all his brother at this point. And here comes that pressure defense once again from NS Matrix.
Absolutely, coming with a little full court press, but again, to slow the Bangkok Tigers down, not so much to force the steal.
Here's Dasom, baseline 3, a little offline. Tevin Glass has it once again, needs to look for a guard. That's one of the things that he needs to learn here. When you get the rebound, you can't be Christian Stan Hardinger.
And it saves your energy. You let one of these little guys do all the work to bring the ball across half court. You jog down to where you want to be and then call for the ball.
Kwek getting it over to Wong Yi-hao. So the national team members hooking up there.
We're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first half, and with a 7-point game, this is what we talk about, the pivotal finishing of each quarter. Can you keep this thing in single digits, closer to, say, 4 to 5 points?
Right.
Or will Matrix be able to extend this to double digits heading into half?
Well,
that's why it's so important here.
Kwek Chan Yuan thought he had him trapped, but he's going to be called for a foul there. Still no free throws coming up for Afnan Charansam.
Next foul puts either team in the bonus, so we'll be heading to the free throw line here soon if we see any more rough stuff.
So Coach Chakapan is going to send Augustus Stone back for this possession.
Quick breather for Stone, and he's right back on in.
Well, Stone hoists it up. That one is short. Another rebound for Glass. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. 44-37 in favor of the NS Matrix squad. They win here today. They will hold on to that #1 position at least for the moment. Kwek wanting to hand it off to Yi-hao, but they throw it away.
Great defense fighting over that dribble handoff and as well getting in the passing lane when he cut to the basket.
Dasom getting it over now to Nauchantavong. Hang time move! Jose Nauchatavong with a three-point play opportunity.
And he froze the veteran Glass with that little head fake on the perimeter and just beat him off the dribble to the baseline. Help coming over a little bit too late. Bucket the deuce.
That's right. And again, the foul going on Kwek Chan Yuan. That's going to be his second foul. And again, 1:22 remaining here in the second quarter. This is not what Jeff Viernes expected at this point. I guarantee you that. They're only ahead by 5, and now just by 4. And a timeout will be called by Jeff Viernes. 44-40. NS Matrix up by 4 against the Bangkok Tigers. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Back with us here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Nguyen Du Gymnasium in Ho Chi Minh. Happy Valentine's wherever you're watching us from across the globe. Noel Zarate with the former ABL Coach of the Year, the very first ABL Coach of the Year, I may add. And, of course, the champion coach with the Indonesia Warriors, Coach Todd Purves. Are you surprised at the score right now with only a 4-point lead for NS Matrix against the Bangkok Tigers?
I have to admit, I am somewhat surprised, especially with the absence of Will Vetter.
How about that creation coming from Williams as he just came off the bench. Again, Jeff Viernes has been using Williams a little sparingly, but if you look at their games, Williams and Jeff Viernes, very similar.
They really are. It wouldn't surprise me if he's saving his legs a little bit for some of the bigger games coming up when they make the final round.
Well, if you guys have not watched Jeff Viernes as a player, there was actually a Christmas League over in Kuala Lumpur just last year, and he suited up for NS Matrix, and he averaged almost 30 a game.
Well, I've coached against Jeff before, and I have no interest in watching him do what he did to me the first time.
Still a very explosive player.
Gus Stone, yeah.
Oh, how about that? Good drawing of the foul coming from Afnan Charansam. Glass is toying there with a stone. I mean, if a stone hits a glass, you know what happens next, right?
Certainly there's going to be a crack.
And Charansam going to the free throw line. I mean, some of these kids are still growing. That's the scary part about this.
And the Bangkok Tigers have to feel decent about the fact that after Will Vetter went to the bench with foul trouble, they've been able to keep this lead at 6.
Right.
It was 6 when he left. It's 6 now. And if they can hold on and keep this in single digits and striking distance at the half, they're going to feel good about this.
Well, May has returned now for the NS Matrix. Let's see if they can set him up. He's got 2 3-pointers already across his name. And Kwek Chan Yuan might have gotten away with a carry that time. Hong Wei Yong. 2 picks to free up Tevin Glass for 3, and he will miss. And an offensive foul is going to be called. That could be number 3 on Kwek Chan Yuan, but they will call this on Williams. Not quite sure what happened there. It looked like he was just running his route there, Coach.
I think he was setting a little away screen. He got a little extra physical, and the referee caught him.
So that will just be the first, however, on Williams. But both teams now.
Bangkok with a chance to cut this to a 3-point game heading into the half here.
Now Chantavong getting it out. Dasom open for 3. His second in the game.
Make it 2.
Yeah. Last shot could belong to NS Matrix, but it is a 47-45 lead only. They were up by 10 at one point. Williams, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They have no fouls to give. And Tongpol just gave one up. And Coach Jeff Viernes looking up at the clock and saying, that's a big one, you guys.
It looked as though he felt he had a foul to give. That looked almost intentional. And he's going to sit him on the free throw line because both teams are in the bonus right now.
You can see there waving his arms, Afnan Charansam, saying, we have no fouls to give. So that's going to put Williams now at the free throw line with a chance to extend this. 2 seconds remaining here in the first half. And you are right. You know, Williams usually gets a lot of playing time under Coach Jeff Viernes, but yesterday against the Macau Black Bears, a game they could have won if he had played a little bit more, he did not see that much action, and today he's coming in and out of this game. There's another whistle here to stop play with 1.6.
I think they're going to call a violation on Bangkok Tigers here, getting into the lane a little bit early on that free throw.
So one more free throw awarded now to Williams.
You finish this half good. You don't want to give additional free throws. Small mental mistakes here.
Oh, and the Psalm, they throw it out of bounds with 0.4 of a second remaining. I don't know if referee Harry Santos is going to...
They may have to go to the replay on this. There were 2 seconds left on the free throw, and then the ball got tapped out of bounds. They may leave it at 0.4, but that will give an opportunity to get a shot up for Matrix.
Yeah, we're gonna hang on to the air here. It looks like it is a timeout here by Coach Jeff Viernes to decide one more heave before this first half comes to an end.
And Matrix is likely right now to be drawing up a screen-to-screener type of action where someone's going to receive a back screen. You might be looking for a lob play. If it's not there because they helped on that, the man who set the screen is going to come outside the three-point line for that quick three.
And we talked about the 0.4 philosophy. You can still catch and shoot in this situation.
Absolutely.
And let's see if they decide to play for May. He'd be the #1 target here, I'm sure.
Now, there'll be no time to make a move or put the ball on the floor. It must be catch and let it go in the same motion in order to get it off in time. If you're looking to get your feet set, that clock's going to expire on
That's right. So 0.4 of a second remaining here in this half that has not yet expired. Again, remember in our first game, that first half took a while and they had to do some reviewing. Not the case here. And they're going to bring in Vetter just to shadow the inbounder. That is Jonathan Wong. Oh, they get a free look to Williams. But he couldn't get it to go. That was an excellent play drawn up. However, the NS Matrix will take a lead into the halftime break, but it is no longer 10. It is just 4. 49-45 against this hard-fighting Bangkok Tigers squad. We'll be back for more ABL action when we return. Defensive transition, however, for NS Matrix. No look pass, and here's a stretch. And that's the first 2 points of the game. Penetration, three-pointer on its way. That is good for Lau Chonpong. Kevin Glass doing what he does best, cleaning up the glass and getting the second chance opportunity. Diwi Yang finding Liu. Anthony Liu this time gets it to go, plus the foul. made a name for himself in Malaysia as a player and coming off a timeout. That is just the ball in the post. Hamilton on the spin against two black shirts. D'Lo gets it to Cole, beating the shot clock. Out to Jonathan Wong with a great head fake. Takes it closer and scores. That's the second time they beat the buzzer.
I do, and I like the fact that clock recognition. To know that the shot clock's running down, you need to get it up.
Now to Williams as we come up on 4 minutes remaining here in the second. Williams with a rebound move. How did he do that?
Great.
Getting the rebound. And a good pass out here. And a layup coming in for Kwek Chang-Yuan. Leon ahead of the pack. Touchdown, Macau.
Really nice pass, but in the beginning of the game, oftentimes you'll see a local player, and you don't want to get anybody in foul trouble.
Wong Yi-Hao almost, but not. John Wong in the game also for the first time. And here is Mele hitting his first three-pointer of the game. That's bad news for Macau. Can't go anywhere right now. Another three-pointer on its way. Second in the game for this young man, Chong Kong Lau.
Showdown that'll be for us.
Three-pointer, Shang Fu. So he gets involved as well. Abram has been playing without rest so far. He doesn't need it as he lines up another three. Boy, the sniping for the Black Bears have been working so far. Three-pointer on its way. John Wong. Oh. And now the lead goes back to NS Matrix, 30-28. Glass for three. Why not?
Heat fans had this place erupting last night.
Abram able to get the penetration. Poor John Wong getting outlet pass. Mei evades one and scores.
We are back and forth with transition right now.
Then this run. Devin Glass, it looks like he got the pass early. Doesn't matter to him, he's gonna tip it in. Still nothing. Williams outlet pass to Glass. They want a 2-for-1, or they want to get the last shot rather. A chance to regain the lead for the Macau Black Bears. Sean. Getting it out now once again. Now once again, this guy is feeling it today.
Horns flare looking to get
what a backdoor
that three-point shot, and instead, you're right, the great backdoor.
Coach Jenny Liu has had to earn his points in this game. Devin Glass off the glass. Trying to change direction. Abram gets it out. Three-pointer good. Finally one drops for Jenny Liu. Abram, step back. They did get the last shot off. It almost went in, but what a third quarter. Abram using the Hamilton pick once again. Escapes and gets the layup. Oh, nice tap there coming from Ong Wei Yong. However, lands in the hands of Hamilton. And even D'Lo starting to hit his jumpers.
So you want to get defensive stops first, and that'll lead to transition. And you got to find that man first.
That's another three drop in by Macau. Williams jacks it up. Three-pointer good. Rashid Williams. Finally, Abram. Leong attacking. Oh!
Tough off-balance runner from Leong.
Team gets it out now. Williams another three. Williams another three.
To shoot the ball anytime soon.
Well,
although Leong felt too open anyway.
And Denny Leong might have deposited the first nail. Jeff Garris and Coach Charles exchanging handshakes at midcourt. But in the end, it is the Macau Black Bears snapping the win streak.
What you waiting for? Give them what they came for. This is what they came for. Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach.
One-on-one, check ball. You do know this is my house, right? Yeah, it's my house too.
Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural.
Big time shot by D'Lo. Oh, with his point guard skills, drives the lane, and a slam down right to the rim. Boom, shakalaka, Canadian slam. The beautiful lay attack. Down by Portland here at the corner. What a shot! Fast, I'm in, and one. Gets it. Getting 2, 1, 3. And the athletic move, Isaiah with. Has to.
Oh, Darren Bassett says no.
Slam right there. Alex Smith. Go around, good press here. Stolen. Rise up, boom! With the alley. Oh!
Dancing, driving.
Airtime detonates it right there. Coast to coast move as he finishes it. Oh man, rise up. Chalmers sidestep. Bang! Mario Chalmers. The turn and the burn by Tevin. Oh!
So what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Give them what they came for. This is what they came for. Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach.
One-on-one. Shake ball. You do know this is my house, right? Yeah, it's my house too.
Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural. This is what they came for.
Oh, with his point guard skills, drives the lane, and a slam down right to the rim. Boom, shakalaka, Canadian slam. The beautiful lay attack. Down by Portland here at the corner. What a shot!
Fast, I'm in, and one. Gets it.
Getting 2, 1, 3. And
The athletic
move, Isaiah with. Has to.
Oh, Darren Bassett says no.
Slam right there. Alex Smith. Go around, good press here. Stolen. Rise up, boom! With the alley. Oh!
Dancing, driving.
Airtime detonates it right there. Coast to coast move as he finishes it. Oh man, rise up. Chalmers sidestep. Bang! Mario Chalmers. The turn and the burn by Tevin. Oh!
So what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Give them what they came for. This is what they came for. Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach.
One-on-one. Shake ball.
Just a few moments away from the resumption of play here at halftime. It is 49-45. The NS Matrix squad, Malaysia, up by only 4 against the Bangkok Tigers. Coach as we take a look at some of the numbers here. Noel's out there, of course, with Coach Todd Purves. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, we can see we've got a real even game right now, but the bench for the Matrix coming up a little bit bigger. They're able to reach down there. They've got a slight rebound advantage, but Bangkok Tigers have to feel very good about this score right now after one half, especially when Will Vetter got in foul trouble and they were able to keep the score. It was a 6-point difference at that point. Now we're at a 4-point difference, and this next 20 minutes is going to decide the game.
You know what? 7 more attempts, though, for the Bangkok Tigers against that of the NS Matrix. And NS Matrix, they like to execute their offense. May had a lot of open looks in that first half. But again, we are talking about a team that's only got 2 imports right now. Amir Williams hasn't suited up for them in the past couple of games.
He is not, and that's making the matchups very much different. Vetter would be on Williams right now, and that would give Glass a chance to roam a little bit differently. But part of the reason that they've had a few more shots, the 7 additional shots, is because they've only had 3 turnovers.
That's true.
And so there's a 5 different turnovers, and that's going to create additional possessions, and that's helping them keep this game close.
It's actually also the bench that has kept the game close for the Bangkok Tigers. They came in with renewed energy after the starters went out. Starters meaning the 2 imports getting into foul trouble, especially Will Vetter, who's got 3 personals heading into the third.
And we talked about when he got the second one in the first quarter, that's always devastating, getting that second one early. You've got to be very prudent about when you foul, especially as an import player.
Well, he is getting the start here in the third, along with Augustus Stone, who's also got 2 personal fouls here. And I'm impressed with the play of the bench, actually. They kept them in the game. Talking about guys like Notapai Tongpol and even Afnan Charansam. And to a certain degree, of course, even the play of the point guard, their captain for this game, Kititep Dasom, he played a lot of minutes and he kept the ship steady for the Bangkok Tigers.
He really did, and they've limited their turnovers, which is a big deal. When you have a little bit lesser talent, what you don't want to do is let the other team come out and get easy baskets in transition. You want to take care of the ball. And with only 3 turnovers in the first half, they've done that. And they've given themselves a chance to stay close with those additional possessions.
Well, is this a case now for Coach Jeff Viernes? Not really Coach Jeff Viernes, but for NS Matrix thinking, this opponent's only got 1 win. We can steamroll them. And they're being proven wrong right now.
Well, yes, I think at halftime, that's when you fire your team up a little bit. We're playing against a team with 1 win. We've got a lot at stake because we're still jockeying for playoff position.
Correct.
And who we'll face in the playoffs. So I'd look for them to turn up the heat early on defensively here in the second half. We'll see if the Bangkok Tigers can absorb it.
Of course, tomorrow we're bracing for that game between the Singapore Slingers and the Saigon Heat. This place is going to be rocking tomorrow, Coach Todd.
Cannot wait. Coach Neal having his team prepared with Singapore. Coach Matt Van Pelt, I know he's got his guys ready with the Saigon Heat, and we will have a packed crowd for that.
That's
Make no
true.
mistake about it.
That's true. They're in the video room right now, probably in the hotel. They rented a ballroom or something like that. I mean, you do that. You take out a ballroom and say, hey, everybody, let's just watch film the whole day.
Absolutely. When you're on the road and you're staying in these hotels, you rent these ballrooms, you bring the entire team maybe after breakfast, you're preparing and watching all day, so you're ready once you hit the gymnasium.
And that's, of course, one thing that a lot of people overlook in the ASEAN Basketball League is that you get to travel a lot, but you also have to work a lot. So those little things, you know, you need to be able to be prepared mentally by watching a lot of films, but also you have a lot of training sessions during your off days. I mean, we're showing you games here that have started in the afternoon, but in the morning, this place is full of teams practicing.
Absolutely. None of these teams are on vacation right now. They're here putting in work early morning on the floor and then late night, usually in the film room.
That's right. Well, Stone is looking for a foul right there. Meme just had his hands up. And it's about this time also that you started concentrating on the game. You can't control what the officials call and cannot call, right, Coach?
And I think a young player like Gus Stone is still adjusting to the different type of officiating he's going to receive internationally.
And it's just down to a 1-point lead after Jose Nauchantavong was able to hit that 3-pointer, his second in the game, 49-48.
Big shot. But Gus Stone, again, going back to the Bangkok Tigers, he's going to fight through his frustrations. He needs to keep his focus if the Bangkok Tigers going to stay in this.
Tevin Glass called for the offensive foul there, Coach Todd.
Yeah. Stone, again, still jawing at the referees right now. I want to see him get his focus back because he's such a good player. He can keep this Tigers team in it if he can keep his focus.
It actually reminds me a lot of Mike McKinney, the way he plays, the way he slashes inside with reckless abandon. You remember Mike McKinney when he was playing for Macau.
Absolutely. I remember Mike McKinney was playing for Sacramento State University in California. The man could shoot the hell out of the ball back then, and he can still do it now.
He's a left-handed version there. And Stone is very close to getting teed up right here.
He really is. His frustrations are boiling over. We spoke spoke before the game, and he told me he's not really used to this type of play and this type of officiating, and you can see it getting to him a little bit. He's got to fight through it mentally.
That's going to be his third foul, by the way. And the coach, Chup Tai Song Chakapan, better find a way to calm his import down.
Especially in such a close game right now. He's playing well. He's handling the ball well. Just keep your focus and don't get too emotional with regard to whether you think the referees are making mistakes or not.
Again, 3 fouls on the 2 imports for the Bangkok Tigers. Ting Chun Hong, otherwise known as Mei Mei, getting it down to Tevin Glass. Glass given some space. And the recovery made now by Kwek. Glass once again working the post. His jumper's way off. Here comes Dasom, a chance to take the lead for the Bangkok Tigers. They go all the way. Layup is good from Afghan Chalansam.
Big time take, coast to coast. Quick outlet pass, finishing with his left hand between 2 defenders. That's a great play to go on and take the lead and give this team a little confidence here. Bangkok Tigers are going to be feeling like they're in this game. We've got
a 9-game losing streak, right?
We got 18.5 minutes to play, and they're trying to fight through it.
Afnan Chalansam completes the 3-point play. 51-49 Bangkok Tigers. And this is a pretty strong lineup on the floor for Coach Jeff Viernes. Wong Yi Hao, Mei Mei is coming off a screen. Tevin Glass, Kwek Chen Yuan, they throw it away. Stone, it's re-stolen, however, by Mei Mei. Into the front court, Kwek shoots the 3, bothered from behind, but still gets it to go.
Big time 3. Stifles that Bangkok Tigers run as they had a good start here in this second half.
Yeah, he's the first player from NS Matrix to get into double figures. He's got 10, but a good answer there coming from Kititep Dasom. Lead going back now to the Bangkok Tigers. Mei Mei on the sidestep. Can't get it to go. And out to the front court, Vetter. Dasom with the left hand.
Dasom, the veteran, hit him with the hezzy on the fast break. Blew by him with the left hand finish. Big time move in transition.
55-52 Bangkok Tigers. Coming up on 7 minutes remaining here in the third. Williams, dangerous pass going cross court to Mei Mei on the drive. Gets it over now to Glass with the left hand this time.
Glass fortunate to not get called for the 3 seconds right there in the lane after the skip pass, but finishes strong.
That's a call I haven't seen in a while, though. 3-second violation. Stone rolls it in.
Stone can keep his composure and continue that relentless attack on the rim. He's going to keep Bangkok in this thing.
57-54 Bangkok Tigers. A team with a 9-game losing streak. Williams. Yes. So we're seeing Williams playing a lot of minutes now for NS Matrix. Stone. Dasom now to get it over to Vetter.
And they've slipped into a zone right now, Matrix have.
Stone on the penetration off the glass. That's too strong. Kwek with the rebound. Glass getting it a little too early. No look pass inside to Wong Yi Hao.
And what a quick release by Hao before Vetter could even react to it.
Right. And with under 6 minutes remaining in the third, the lead goes back to NS Matrix.
And here we are in the zone again. One of the clues giving it away, fans, is when you come down and see every man with their hands outside, up in the air, the way Coach yells to. You should have it there at all times, but you'll always see it in the zone.
It doesn't matter to Stone, though. A little bit of an imbalance in the zone allows him to get an easy layup. Stone has a total of 16 in the game to lead all scorers. Williams trying to create some space. Tevin Glass, step back 3, good release. It comes up short, though.
I think Bangkok's willing to live with that pick and pop action. What they don't want to see is Glass attacking the rim the way he does so effectively.
Well, Vetter has passed up on many open shots. They swing it over to Dasom for 3.
Again in the zone, and the zones can particularly be vulnerable on those corners and in those wings for 3-point shots.
Queck misses on the transition three. Dasam changing directions on the 3-on-2. And they get it outside once again to Stone. And Stone knocks it down against Williams.
Tough three from the wing. Again, that left-handed set shot. Stone loves it. He's been able to knock it down throughout the day.
19 in the game for Augustus Stone. 62-58. Bangkok Tigers. They go cross court once again.
And now Bangkok has slipped into a 2-3.
Well, that's going to be good news for Mei, but he elects to drive and score. So Ting Chun Hong, now with a total of 10. He is the third member of the team to get into double figures now. Vetter takes the three. Williams tracks it down. Outlet pass to Wong Yi-hao. One man to beat. Yi-hao gets it to go.
Well, that's the difficulty of having a big man take a three-point shot. If you end up with a long rebound, there's no one there for offensive rebounding, and you're going to be on the run on the defensive end in transition.
62 all. I believe that is our first deadlock of the game. We're going to double check on that one.
More zone from the Matrix, leaving the wing open.
And they pay for it as Dasam knocks down a corner three.
The Matrix probably trying not to get into too much foul trouble, but leaving the wings and corners open in this zone defense.
Glass steps back, gets the three back. We got a shootout here in the third quarter, Coach Todd.
Without questioning, Glass says, I'll go ahead and tie the score regardless of the defense.
Stone wants the lead again, but he comes up short. Mei for the rebound. A chance to reclaim the lead now for NS Matrix with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Williams, pick provided by Queck. He fires a three. That was in and out.
And Stone going under that pick right there to say, I'll give you the shot behind the screen if you want it. I just don't want to let you get to the rack. And it paid off right there.
Oh, Williams is a pretty good shooter. In the meantime, they're going to call this foul against NS Matrix. And that is against Queck Chan Yuen. For Queck, that I believe is his third personal foul. So Notapai Tongpol is going to come back in for the Bangkok Tigers. So far, Coach Chuk Tai Song Chakapan is liking what he sees. Wei Yang is also coming in now.
With the tie game and a side of the bounds play, I expect to see a Stone Vetter combination here. Let's see if we can find a little high pick and roll. And here it comes, a horns action for Stone.
Actually, this will be deadlock number 8 in our contest. And Stone, everything but the basket. Oh, great head fake for Augustus Stone.
They really got what they wanted out of that look. And Stone got to the rim, missed the first one, but just added a rebound to his stat total, put it back.
And he is now laser focused, Coach Todd, not like the way he started this third quarter.
You can see he's come out with an aggressive style offensively, and here he is on the block, but he's too small out there.
Yeah, I mean, Tevin Glass is about 6'8". Kind of hard to stop somebody with the position 2 feet away from the rim.
No question.
Tied game with 2 minutes remaining here.
And
Vetter
takes your advice. You can't stop me 2 feet from the rim either.
Wong Yi-hao didn't even try. Open basketball we're seeing right now. Neither team above the limit. 69-67 Bangkok Tigers. Jonathan Wong tries to leave it for Tevin Glass. Williams attacks. He's against 2 blue shirts. He was able to still put it up. Glass with the offensive rebound and the stick back.
What a finish from Glass. Off balance. Put the English off the backboard to make that one finish. Big time shot.
Dasam was challenged well that time by Jonathan Wong. Wong Yi-hao now trying to slow things down as we come up on the final minute of this third quarter. It's been free-flowing so far for both squads. Wong leaves it for Wong Yi-hao. Shot clock down to 8. Yi-hao makes his move. Too strong, nobody there for the rebound. And finally diving for it is a De Jong. And there's a 3 coming from Williams.
We've talked about offensive rebounding and the three-point shots all week, and there's just another one added to our collection that if you can't finish a defensive stop with that defensive rebound, you're going to give those opportunities, especially from three-point range.
Well, that's enough to give the 3-point lead now to the NS Matrix squad, 72-69. 35 seconds to go here in this offensive-laden third quarter. Outlet pass once again. Nobody back on defense. And Wong Hao will have the easiest layup of his basketball career.
Hao looking like Tom Brady from 75 feet. Put it on the money. And that made an easy finish. Great pass. Way to look up the floor. And that's going to bring the timeout on.
Well, with 23 seconds remaining in the third, 74-69. Ennis Matrix up by 5 over Bangkok. Valentine's Day here in Ho Chi Minh. We are at the Nguyen Du Gymnasium. And this is the continuing coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League Invitational Tournament 2023. Noel Zanate with Coach Todd Purves, and with 23 seconds remaining in this offense-laden third quarter. A little bit of separation now for Ennis Matrix against the Bangkok Tigers, up by 5, 74-69.
There's absolutely that 5-point lead. We talked about closing out quarters importantly, and that's exactly what the Matrix have been able to do here.
We've had 8 deadlocks in this game so far. They could have the last shot. The Bangkok Tigers, yeah.
With the double high pick, trying to get him open off that screen.
The Song couldn't knock it down, though. Williams still has time. He fakes. Whoa, he tried to whip it inside to Wong Hao. The pass had too much extra chili on it.
It really did. The right idea for Williams, but a little too much spice. Couldn't be handled.
Coach Jeff Viernes nodding his head in approval as they have claimed the 5-point lead heading into the fourth. Ennis Matrix 74, Bangkok Tigers 69. Back in a moment for the fourth.
Just beats the Jeremy Combs. Hilliard, yo! Breaking ankles. Barkley ahead. Oh, at the buzzer. What can they do? On one for the finish. Five seconds to go. Three towards the basket for 2.
Fourth quarter about to begin right here at the Nguyen Du Gymnasium. Crowd has come in. The locals are taking in basketball here. We were having this conversation yesterday, which is the loudest place to have a game. Remember at the old CIS stadium where I was about to say Miami Heat, where the Saigon Heat used to have their home games. Not only was it hot in there, it was always crowded.
Ruckus. You can't hear yourself think. I'm screaming at 1 foot away from my players, and they still don't know what I'm saying. It's such a credit to the Saigon Heat fans and that crowd, and they get those thunder sticks going.
Oh,
I
man.
can't hear myself think.
I mean, they claim that there's air conditioning over at the CIS. I've never felt it in all the time I've covered the games for the ABL there. But we are here.
I don't believe it for a second, no. I've sweated maybe from pressure or from the heat. Either way.
We can ask former Heat coach Kevin Yurkus about that as well.
We certainly could. The legend Kevin Yurkus making his imprint on both the ABL and the VBA.
And he's also quite the commentator, by the way.
No doubt. Second best one you've worked with.
I'm not even going to ask who the first best one is. But we have still no score to begin this fourth quarter. Dewey Yang getting inside. Reverse layup is going to drop.
Great finish under the basket and wherewithal around the hoop.
Dewey Yang has been getting a lot of trust here from Coach Jeff. He usually comes off the bench, but he has started the first 2 games of the Ennis Matrix here. And he has made this now a 7-point lead. Vetter is blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul either on Wong, that's 2 Wongs right there, either on Jonathan Wong or Wong Yihao, and they will call it on Yihao.
And the Bangkok Tigers going right to some horns action. You can see Gus Stone choosing to go off the big man's side, knowing Vetter's going to roll with a mismatch, drops the ball down low, and you've got the mismatch down there, and he did the right thing, go strong to the rack.
Well, Vetter only with 6 points today. You can credit, of course, only his 7th point here because he did fall into early foul trouble. He had 3 fouls at the start of the second quarter. Missing on the second though, but it is tracked down once again by the surprising Jose Nauchantavong. The Som babied that one. Glass now into the front court for Ennis Matrix. Up by 6. Trying to move it around right now to Wong Yihao. Williams, 9 on the shot clock against the Som, looking for the pick. Gets it from Glass. Williams with the left hand, high off the glass.
Big finish over Vetter coming off that pick. Tough left hand finish with the challenge.
Williams is getting a lot of burn here today, 78-70. Here's the move now by Tung Pol. Oh, not expecting the pass there. Vetter has it poked away, however, by Glass, and they will say.
Vetter posting up big, looking for the high-low on the seal. Didn't get it, but he did get the dime after the penetration. Just didn't quite finish it there.
It will still be Bangkok basketball as we have some subs come in.
8-point game. We've got a baseline out of bounds play. Let's see if this will be a screen-to-screener action, looking for either something going toward the basket or that 3-point jumper.
They send it out now to Augustus Stone. Facing up against Jonathan Wong. Now picked up by Yihao. Stone on the step back, firing over Yihao, and he gets it to go.
That lefty 3 has been going tonight.
He reminds me a lot of Bobby Parks' son, Ray Parks.
Ray, another lefty that had so much success here in the ABL.
Yihao lost his balance for the moment, and Dewey Yang can't get it to go. Last touched by Boateng. Oh, they're going to say last touched by Wong Yihao. Yes, Ray Parks, of course, suited up for San Miguel Alab, Pilipinas.
And Ray, obviously the son of the legendary Bobby Parks Sr., both a great player I know in the Philippines, as well as a great coach.
You went up against him in the finals, coach, in 2012, right?
So much love and respect for Bobby Parks and Ray Parks as well.
Ray now strutting his stuff in Japan. So we have Tung Pol now, getting it over to Stone once again. This time challenged well. Battle for the loose ball. Stone with a volleyball tip over to Vetter, and he's met by Anthony Liu.
Great hustle play from both teams. Bangkok on the steal, and then the Matrix with the block on Vetter.
Wong Yihao had a bunch of shooters outside. They sent it into Glass. Great defense, but a recovery made by the White Shirts. Shot clock did not reset. 7 seconds to shoot. Williams to the crossover, and Boateng is going to tie him up.
4 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to call that foul on the ground. Get a little ball on the side after a good defensive stance.
And check that defensive stance out there for Anthony Liu.
Only a 5-point ball game here with 7 minutes left. Bangkok Tigers absolutely in this.
Check that. That was actually Dewey Yang who made the defensive stop. The off guard on the team right now. 5 seconds to shoot. Williams squares up, and he hits it.
Bangkok going with a drop coverage there, and Williams just saying, if you're not going to show hard, I'm going to shoot this, and I'll take all three of them.
That's right. Williams now ups it to 8. 81-73. Give and go action. Oh, there's going to be a foul called on glass. That's going to send Jose Nauchantavong to the free throw line. I've been impressed by this kid. He got the start. He's got a couple of threes already across his name, and doesn't show any fear when he goes in.
You took the words out of my mouth. I thought he's played fearlessly on
Right.
both ends of the floor. While he's made a couple of mistakes, his moves to the basket, his willingness to shoot the three with confidence, absolute asset for the Tigers.
And again, we have not seen Will Dasom in this game. The older brother, of course, of Kititep. Looks like he is nursing an injury. I didn't get to ask him. We had a conversation, but I didn't get to ask him if he was going to play or not. And there's Chuptai Song Chakapan, the head coach of this Bangkok Tiger squad. So I think, have they called this an unsportsmanlike foul because there are no rebounders there? They may have called this an unsportsmanlike foul.
I didn't see the call from the officials as well, Noel, but you're right. The fact that he shot that first with no one on the free throw
Oh, now
line.
they're coming in.
Okay.
So it was just a conference outside. I mean, that could have been worrisome for Coach Jeff Viernes. If Tevin Glass was slapped with an unsportsmanlike, it didn't look like it was malicious by any means.
Well, we saw in our first game when teams lost a little composure there, giving them a technical foul, giving them free throws,
so
and the
there
ball
was a
can
technical
change the
foul.
game.
Yeah, there was a technical foul. I believe it was called on Jeff Viernes. A technical foul on the bench, and now the 2 free throws.
Okay.
Coming in for Nauchantavong, who has now cut the lead down to 5 with those 3 free throws.
Well, I can certainly understand a coach feeling emotional about a call. Nonetheless, in this close game right here, you hope it doesn't determine the outcome of the game.
6:22 remaining. Putting the ball on the floor, a nice pass inside, and again, rushing it was Wong Yi Hao. We're seeing a lot of burn here in the fourth quarter. Dasom faking off his defender. Now Chantavong on the stretch and draws another foul, this time from Williams. And I believe it's going to be the second personal on Isaiah Williams.
But not only is that going to get him to the free throw line now, that's the 4th team foul. So one more, and Bangkok's going to be heading to the free throw line for the duration of the game.
With 6:09 remaining, Coach, yeah, that is a long spell to be in the penalty.
Absolutely, and that's the way you can close the gap with the clock stopped.
And the consistency from the line for Jose now Chantavong. And it's down to 3. 81-78. As we come up on 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Williams has been quarterbacking pretty well here, but he's also been shooting very well. Williams on the penetration, shovels it over to Wong Yi Hao. Corner 3, good!
Big time corner 3 right there, extending his lead to 6.
Stone wants it back, but he'll get just a layup.
And Stone recognizing that there's not a rim protector right now.
Right.
I'm going to attack the rim until you bring somebody in here who can stop me.
Actually playing center right now for this squad would be Wong Yi Hao. Jonathan Wong, a point forward. Williams, 10 on the shot clock. Waves off May. Williams on the crossover, penetrates, Williams scores!
And Dawson started off by trying to force him to one side. He was able to still get to the middle and with the finish.
86-80. Dasom on the penetration as it poked away. And the recovery made once again by the blue shirts. Vetter gets it out. 3-pointer, a miss by Tongpol. Williams now leading the break. Dangerous pass broken up that time by Tongpol.
Great hustle by the Bangkok Tigers there on defensive transition. You don't want to give up those easy baskets after a missed one. You're right in this with a little less than five minutes left. 6-point game.
Right, this is one of the longest I've seen Wong Yi Hao play. Like middle of the third, he hasn't had any rest yet. Screen provided now for Williams. Wanted to run the screen and roll. Williams. Oh, what a reverse layup there for Isaiah Williams.
Little baseline out of bounds play. The Bangkok Tigers were forced to switch. Vetter not quick enough to stay with Williams off the dribble there.
Williams has 21 off the bench here today, Coach. Vetter lost it. Recovery made once again by NS Matrix. And Wong Yi Hao will finish.
And we might see a timeout here. Yes, we will. Correct.
And suddenly the afterburners have been switched on by the Malaysians. It's actually the locals leading the charge right now, 90-80. NS Matrix up 10 over Bangkok. We have a timeout. We'll be right back. Back with us here, folks, with 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Big run for NS Matrix, and now they have a 10-point lead, 90-80. And they could be 4 minutes and change away from, again, claiming that #1 spot, at least for the moment, heading into the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think right now Bangkok Tigers have to remind themselves that they're in the bonus. If they get fouled, they're headed to the free throw line, and that's when you can close this gap with the clock stopped. But settling for the jump shot on that first possession.
The Psalm wasn't even close on that one. 4 minutes remaining in this game, and Wong Yi Hao turned his back on Williams. That's an unforced turnover against NS Matrix.
Just a lack of communication, something you talk about in the locker room all the time is non-stop communication, so that you always know what your teammate's doing. Let's see if Bangkok can stay in this, and if they'll attack the basket and try and get to the free throw line here in the bonus.
Wong Yi Hao has really played a lot of minutes in this game. Stone inside, Vetter off the glass. That's going to be a delay of game warning against the Bangkok Tigers. You cannot hold the ball after your team made a basket unless you like poke it over to the official, but you can't hold it and just roll it down. So they called a delay of game, and luckily it's just a warning.
And sometimes that can just be a bad habit. You're used to playing so much the ball goes through the hoop and you touch it, but you're not supposed to touch it in professional basketball. You let that ball hit the ground, let the referee deal with it.
Yeah, I remember in the NBA they tried that for one season, then they just totally scrapped it because everybody was being called for delay of game all the time.
Exactly.
Williams jumps it over. Three-pointer on its way. That is offline coming from Diwi Yang.
Great challenge from Dawson out there on the wing, creating that errant shot. Let's see if they can close this to 6 with a little over 3 minutes.
Maybe even 5. Let's see. Now Chantavong for 3. Battle for the rebound. Vetter might have pushed May, but they didn't see it.
Got away with a little bit of physicality there, and they're going to keep the ball down there for a baseline out of bounds.
It's like a boink.
Oh, it's a little love tap on Valentine's Day, Noel.
Well, that's enough to keep the possession on the side of the blue shirts. Tong Paul, layup is good. So nota by Tong Paul, cutting it down to 6 with 3 minutes to go. You get a feeling that NS Matrix is actually starting to burn some clock here. They're only ahead by 2 possessions.
Correct. You don't want to get passive here. At the same time, there's no reason to make unforced errors. You'll take that layup every time.
Well, May now with a total of 12 points in the game. 92-84. Stone over now to Vetter. And Vetter uses the left hand. Good challenge that time coming from May. And they're going to say no basket. Foul occurred on the floor. However, that will be a trip to the free throw line once again for the Bangkok Tigers.
They're going to call that foul in the box out. A little too physical there from Matrix. Sending him to the line for 2 free throws, trying to cut this.
What a luxury.
6.
Yeah, what a luxury for Jeff Viernes, coach. He's sending in Tevin Glass after a very long rest.
Was wondering when we'd see Tevin Glass again. We knew we'd see him here again in the fourth quarter. And Coach Viernes trying to finish this game off. We need a rebounder and a scorer who can handle things down the stretch.
And again, good games so far here for the Bangkok Tigers. And you can see Coach Chuk Tai Song Chakapan still applauding the effort. It's still not a win officially for the NS Matrix, but you get to feel that the momentum is on the side of the Malaysians.
Well, with only a 6-point game here, 2.5 minutes is plenty of time for this lead to change.
Jiwei Yang. Oh, check that. This is Jonathan Wong bringing down the ball now. Trying to see how he handles it. He's usually a small forward. They're using him as a point guard right now. Jonathan Wong. Oh, he gets manhandled in midair.
Vetter going with the quick show and then getting back to glass, concerned that he'd be the offensive weapon. Weak side coming over to help, but hard foul on the way to the basket.
Oh, he's still down here. And the team doctor has now come. That was a big thud. I mean, we felt that all the way up here.
And it wasn't as much that it was a hard foul as that it was an awkward time, so he came down uncomfortably. Right. Coming down on your lower back that way, yeah, you're gonna feel that tomorrow morning for sure.
Yeah.
Certainly not a cheap shot, just a good hard play.
No. And sometimes, of course, that happens when you're a bit off balance and then there's a little bit of a foul. Of course, they did call the foul, and you become more off balance. I mean, we've seen that many times. I actually saw, and you know Junmar Fajardo, right? He likes to fake a lot. One of the imports went up in the air. Junmar didn't see him. He just went straight into him. And the import went 360 down, landed neck first. And that was scary.
Well, Junmar Fajardo and I had worked on that for quite a while. He was tired of getting fouled hard on the block. Guys taking opportunities to whack on him close. So.
I was telling Junmar after the game, it's because you dyed your hair brown. That's why it looked that you didn't see it. But again, the import was okay, thankfully. We're going to move into a timeout here. 92-86. The NS Matrix squad up by 6 over the Bangkok Tigers with 2:11 remaining in the fourth. During the timeout, we were talking about, of course, Junmar Fajardo, former San Miguel player, San Miguel Beerman player here in the ABL. Plays for the San Miguel Beerman in the Philippine Basketball Association. He's developed several moves in the post, went on to become a 6-time PBA MVP, but got his start in the ABL for the San Miguel Beerman, and that was against you guys in the finals in the Indonesia Warriors.
Absolutely. Got the best of him the first year, and after that, he continued to pummel me.
Right.
But nonetheless, Junmar, what a wonderful player, a hero in the PBA, and it continued to get better. Great human being off the court.
And eventually you did work with him when you coached in the PBA, Coach Todd.
Absolutely. What a pleasure to work with.
92-86. This game ain't over yet. Williams trying to draw the foul. Step back, jumper. That would have been something that they would not have resurrected from, but here's Stephen Glass. Williams thinking about it again. 8 seconds to shoot, less than 2 minutes to go, and they take it away. Here comes Stone Porter to the front court against Maymay. Dasam, Stone open for 3. Battle for the rebound. Stephen Glass has enough, blue shirts.
Big shot. Stone with the open look after Bangkok Tigers got the stop. They couldn't get it to fall. That would have cut the game to 3.
Williams, and he got poked from behind, and thankfully was not in the act of shooting here for Nao Chantavong. So Jose Nao Chantavong was whistled for that one. That'll be his second personal foul, only the third team foul for the Bangkok Tigers. They still have one foul to give. Williams, and he dances in again.
Making it look easy with that quick move in the right-hand finish.
Uh-oh, Vetter. Everybody collapsing on him, and Tevin Glass takes it away. But it's a counter steal here. Oh, Tevin Glass with another steal. Careless basketball for both teams in that sequence, Coach Todd.
The carelessness of the basketball with 1 minute left, fellas. This game still hung in the balance.
Dewey Yang going across. Wong Yi-hao. Shot clock at 5. Glass asking for it. Wong Yi-hao wants the isolation against No Chang Chabong. And he was not able to get it done. Vetter, Stone in the open court. Stone on the sidestep. Can't finish. Looks like he might have twisted his ankle.
Stone is hemmed up down on the opposite baseline.
And Wong Yi-hao able to score. Bangkok's going to use their last timeout here, Coach.
And Stone grabbing his knee down on the opposite baseline.
It's like he's cramping up, though.
I think he's grabbing. You might be right. If it's a cramp, that's wonderful news, because we can stretch a cramp out. If it's something knee related, that's something else. But he blew the layup on one end, probably ending this game here. But we hope he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a matter of cramps. That the first aid to cramps being applied. I remember one of your plays. Let's take a look at this again. When he explodes this way and suddenly comes down lame, and he starts holding that leg.
You're absolutely right, though. They're treating it as a cramp, trying to stretch out those muscles in the calf and the hamstring. We've seen this many, many times.
Right.
Thank God it wasn't a knee situation as he came up hampered.
Well, I remember one of your players over at the Macau Wolf Warriors, Julian Boyd, who was actually one of my favorite world imports when I was covering way back in 2019. He cramped up not only his legs, it went all the way up to his neck. I've never seen that before.
Absolutely. And Julian Boyd, not only one of my favorite players and one of my favorite people in the world, having already come back from 4. That's right, 4 ACL injuries.
Yikes.
And still a major factor in international basketball. I can't say enough good things about Julian Boyd. And you're right, he'd cramp up something fierce, and you'd have to really get the fluids into him to continue to play.
I remember the entire TV crew had already wrapped up their equipment, and he still couldn't be moved out of the gym. I mean, those cramps really happen. It's the first time I actually witnessed it. So wherever you are watching right now, Julian Boyd, we're thinking about you right now, buddy. And we're going to have a sub come in. Our first look now at Pirachat Subsuda Wong, who's going to see his first action of the game. It looks like this game has already been conceded by Coach Chup Tai Song Chakapan.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any more fouls here. I think it's going to be conceded, and we're going to move forward here from the Bangkok Tigers.
Tevin Glass
should be held up.
They're still trying to foul him right now.
There's no need for fouling at this point. Game's been decided. They're not in the bonus just yet anyway, so we'll get a side out of bounds play.
Yep. Subsuda Wong, able to stop him with a foul.
Right. While there's a little bit of difference here between the shot clock and the game clock, we may not even see a shot attempt here from the Matrix, and this game's been decided.
Right. Well, Tin Chun Hong, a.k.a. Mei, is going to inbound this ball right now to Wong Yi-hao. Now, yesterday, Jeff Viernes still went for one shot with the game already decided on the side of the Macau Black Bears. Right now, Wong Yi-hao is just dribbling away the time. Looks like there's no screens coming up. Might not even attempt. He's just trying to get some extra work in with the dribble. He actually threw it up.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you do. A shot clock violation right there is it's good sportsmanship.
Right,
Let's move back in the game and shake hands.
Well, 96-86. That could be the final score in this one. And the NS Matrix squad coming back from losing yesterday, snapping their 9-game winning streak, back on the winning track right now with a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. With one more game to play here, Coach, it looks like number 1 is theirs for the moment. But again, it'll be hard-pressed to knock this team out of number 1 or anywhere in the playoffs.
And the Matrix back, bouncing back strong after the loss. But the Bangkok Tigers did not back down a step.
That's right.
They're going to take this L, but they got a lot to be proud of as they fought for 40 full minutes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the final score in this one, 96-86. NS Matrix Malaysia is able to get to 10 wins and 3 losses. However, the Bangkok Tigers put up a good fight, but in the end, it was just too much as Malaysia is able to get the victory. And of course, tomorrow we'll have another doubleheader. You please do join us for that one here in the ASEAN Basketball League Invitational Tournament 2023. On behalf of Coach Todd Purves, my name is Noel Zarate. We'll see you again tomorrow for our continuing coverage of the ABL Invitational Tournament 2023. It is good night from Ho Chi Minh. Happy Valentine's, everyone.
This broadcast of the ASEAN Basketball League may not be reused in any way, shape, or form without an express written consent of the ABL.